Hello and welcome to 200 North Main, the show where we talk about all of the wonderful things happening at the Wallingford Public Library, located, guess where? You're right, 200 North Main Street. Joining me today is the head of Children's Services and the only person who laughs at all of my corny jokes, Sunnie Scarpa. Hello. Welcome, Sunnie. And today we have a special guest, Children's Librarian Extraordinaire, Allison Murphy. Welcome, Allison.
Hello, Julie.
Yay, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking.
So today we have the two of you here to talk about something terrific that's happening in the Children's Library. Sunnie, why don't you tell us what it is?
Okay, we're very excited. It's a little internal renovation. And for the people who have been to the Children's Department since 2008, there is a homework help area once you come into the department over to the right. And the back half of that area, we have found in the past few years, has been underused. It's a nice area with big windows overlooking the back parking lot, a lot of natural sunlight. But originally, it was designed to be our reference collection. Okay. You know, so children would use that to help with their homework, so it's a natural spot for it. But as you know, those services have changed and a lot of them have gone online. Yes. So currently the library subscribes to these very high quality databases that are hosted on our website. And that's really the way people access that information now. It's updated constantly. It saves us from having to get in new reference books every year. So it's really the way it's gone. And I know the adult collection downsized reference recently too.
Yeah, books that are being published, the information can't be updated that quickly. Whereas an online resource, you get moment to moment almost information. And so what are you doing in that section?
So the new use for the space will be multifaceted. So really instead of having one use, it'll have 3 or 4 uses is what we're hoping. Excellent. Because we'll be putting up some glass walls, which allows us to close the door and use the space for programming. And we have a lot of different ideas for programming. And then we can also have the doors open and we'll still have sight lines into that area so it can still be used for homework help after school and on weekends when it's not being used for a program. So in addition to the glass walls, it'll be getting a new floor. Instead of carpeting, something that's wipeable if we have messy STEM programming in there. It'll be getting a lot of storage solutions and some furniture that's more movable and easier to be swapped out and changed for different uses.
And kid size too.
And kid size, which is going to be great. Currently we have a little craft room with furniture that's sized for preschoolers. And then, you know, we have the collaboratory with furniture sized for adults. So this is going to be for elementary school kids, and we're really, really excited about it.
Excellent. And I know, Allison, you're excited about the opportunities for programming that are coming with this new space. So tell me a little bit about some of the new or kind of repurposed programs that you're going to be doing in this space.
So for the youngest kids, for our babies starting from birth to say 2 years old, we have programs downstairs in the Collins room and they're very well attended, but we would find that the kids would come to the programs with their grown-ups and then they would often just leave and never come upstairs because they had strollers and they just or they didn't even know that we had an upstairs. So we're going to have our baby programs upstairs in the Wonder Room, and it will be great because after the program's over, they can go right over to the area where the books are and the train is, and they can play and hang out, check out books, and we'll keep them all in the children's room.
That's great. And I'm so glad you mentioned the name, the Wonder Room.
Yeah, burying the lead here.
No, that's just such a great name and such a great name for that space.
Yes.
Because it will definitely be full of wonder for all of the children, I'm sure.
Definitely.
So those are the programs for the babies.
For the babies, and that'll be during the day while the bigger kids are at school. And then as Sunnie mentioned, in the afternoon, we'd love to have STEM programs there, part of the afternoons and evenings. Right now we have a program, we actually have 2 programs, 2 STEM programs, one called
Now remind me, I'm sorry to interrupt you, STEM.
Yes, so STEM, actually we use the acronym STEAM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and math. And so that incorporates all kinds of science. We have a program for the littler kids called Mini Makers that focuses on STEAM programs, and we have a program for 3rd through 5th graders called the Break It, Make It Lab. And so we are going to have those programs in the Wonder Room, and we'll have all kinds of things that we can bring in and out, like cava planks. We'll do some programs with optical illusions. We plan to do a glow-in-the-dark program. We can make slime, all kinds of things that can be cleaned up easily. And then cleaned up once the program is over. And then on the weekends, we'd like to have some stationary STEM and STEAM programs happening. Maybe like some duct tape programs that kids can come in and make with their families.
So not something that's not as formal, kind of something that you can just drop in and work on the craft that's set there for you.
And try it
now
out then.
tell me about Break It, Make It Lab.
Yeah.
Are kids breaking things in the library?
Sometimes. Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah, and we say that we like to watch them. I mean, they can have fun blowing things up, shooting things across the room, making a mess and feeling good about it. We found that for the 3rd through 5th grade section of kids, particularly, programming kind of drops off. They're not quite in the storytime set anymore, and they're not in the teen program yet. And so Break It, Make It Lab was created to fit a need for those kids. And they're so cute. They wear white lab jackets, like they're official scientists, and they are scientists. I mean, we tell them that they are scientists, and that's their job, is to explore and create and make mistakes, because that's part of being a scientist, is learning and learning from your mistakes.
And learning how things work.
Exactly, exactly.
And it really goes well. The whole town of Wallingford is working on this STEM initiative right now. So it's great timing for us to enrich and expand those programs that have been ongoing, but to be able to expand them a little bit as the whole town kind of comes together to talk about how we can get kids interested in STEM earlier, so that they'll choose those kind of careers when they're in high school and looking to go into college. And research has shown that the sooner they get to experiment with STEM ideas, the less intimidated they are to sign up for those classes in high school.
Right, and we see all different kinds of groups of kids who don't come to our other programs, or they just might want to try it out, and they know that they can do this in a safe, non-judgmental area, and you know, they can make a mess, and it's not going to be a problem. It's fine.
They love to make a mess.
They love to make a mess, and, and we'll
Exactly.
do all different kinds of programming. So we're so excited for it.
And now the Mini Makers you mentioned.
Yes.
What kinds of things do you make in that
So the Mini
program?
Makers program is for a younger age group, say first kindergarten through 2nd grade, and they come into the program with their caregiver, with their grown-up. So there's a little bit more hands-on work. The science experiments are simpler, but they're still just as fun. And it's, again, a way to get them their foot in the door to understand that science and technology, engineering, art, and math are so fun and good things that they can get their hands on.
Yeah, not something that they should be intimidated by.
Right.
Exactly. There are even simple, coding is a big thing everyone's talking about nowadays. There are even some ways to make coding concepts simple enough for kids at that age level. And our children's librarians have been really creative in finding fun projects for them.
And learning that even things like cooking is a science and baking is a science. So this month in the Break It, Make It Lab, we're doing pancake science. And the kids are going to make different kinds of pancakes and learn what baking soda does to a pancake, what too much baking soda or too little baking soda, how that can affect the rise of the pancakes. So it's fun, and then they get to eat it.
That's the most fun.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
I might have to stop by that program, Allison.
You have to. Yes, you
Volunteer.
will. Come on over. Come on over.
So it sounds like this Wonder Room is really very versatile and flexible in the types of programs that you're going to be able to do in there.
Exactly.
And I think that's great.
Yes,
And of course, a renovation like this costs a little bit of money. I heard an estimate of $80,000, which I know we are well on our way to raising. And I know we had some special donors.
Yes, we have been, we're very fortunate as a library to have a lot of community support, and this project has been no different. In fact, we started off, we had a very generous personal donation from a couple in town, Patricia and William Coppola, and they gave us a gift to start us off that really gave us a head start, which was great. We also reached out to a lot of our local organizations that have foundations attached to them, and we have received gifts from James H. Napier Foundation, the Wadsworth Family Foundation, Eversource Energy Foundation, and also the Walmart Community Foundation. All local names that you recognize. And then we've also been given a gift from the estate of Marilyn Oleos, which is really helpful. And then we've gotten a lot of smaller gifts from our faithful patrons and community members, as we always do.
Yes, I mean,
it's wonderful.
It takes a village, it takes a town,
Yes.
right, to do something like this. And I also want to point out that we're having a mini golf at the library event, which all proceeds from that are going to benefit the Wonder Room. And so that's a fun way on a cold winter's day to come and join us at the library. We're turning the whole place into a mini golf course.
It's going to be great.
And that's going to be on Saturday, February 23rd from 10 to 4, and Sunday, February 24th from 1 to 3. And like I said, the whole library is going to be a mini golf course. It's going to be a $15 family admission, which includes 2 adults and 3 children, or $5 per adult and $3 per child. So wherever your family fits into that, come down to the library. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have refreshments and entertainment, and we did this last year, and it was just a general benefit for the library. This year, it's focusing on the Wonder Room, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun, and it's a great time for it too. It can be challenging to find, different things to sort of break out of your winter routine. So it's a fun opportunity. It's a great way to get involved with the library, and if people wanted to stop in and see the space that is about to be renovated, they could do that while they're there.
And we even have a drawing of what it's going to look like.
So
that's
it's really
fabulous.
exciting.
Yeah.
So I thank you both for being here to talk about the Wonder Room.
Yes.
Sunnie, you're going to be back after the break to talk about some of the wonderful programs that are coming up. Allison, thank you so much for being here.
Me.
And before we leave, I always have a little riddle that I have to ask before the break.
Okay,
So
we're
Sunnie,
ready.
put your thinking cap on. Why does the elephant use her trunk as a bookmark? The answer when we come back. Hello and welcome back to 200 North Main. I'm your host, Julie Rio, joined by Sunnie Scarpa, the head of Children's Services for the library. Now, Sunnie, before we left the break, I asked you a question. I said, why does an elephant use her trunk as a bookmark?
I've heard of a lot of weird things being used as bookmarks, but the elephant trunk has never come up.
Well, because then she knows where she stopped reading. See, this is
Clever.
why I love Sunnie. She laughs at all of my corny jokes. So now let's talk about some of the wonderful programs that we are having at the Wallingford Public Library in the Children's Department. What do you have
Okay.
coming up, Sunnie?
We have a lot of fun stuff on tap for February. And the first one I want to talk about is happening Saturday, February 16th at 2 p.m. And this is a program for kids in grades 2 through 5 called Saturdays with Sarah. This is exciting for us because Sarah Tosick is a wonderful art teacher in town, and we have done programs with her previously and hadn't done them for a while, so she's back this year. I think families who remember her are going to be really excited. So she's doing a little series throughout the winter. She does really great interactive, really hands-on stuff. The kids get to experiment and then make a final product, and they always talk about a different aspect of the real art world. They're not just doing arts and crafts. So this time in February, she's going to be talking to them about color theory. I believe she's going to bring in a little bit about Kandinsky.
Wow.
And it sounds a bit dry maybe for the age group, but the kids come out just having loved it, messy, and they really have a great time.
And now what age group is this for?
This is for kids in grades 2 through 5.
Okay.
Yep. And you do need to register for that program. So there's information about that on our website, or you can call the Children's Room directly to sign up.
Okay. And we should mention the website, which is wallingfordlibrary.org.
And the phone number to call the Children's Room is 203-284-6436.
Excellent.
And then the next one is for younger kids. On Wednesday, February 20th, we have an evening program at 6:30 for preschoolers, so that's ages 3 to 5, and we're having a pajama story time.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So the kids will come in their pajamas?
The kids will come in their pajamas. The librarians may or may not be in their pajamas. And they can bring a little stuffed animal from home, and then everyone gets to enjoy themed stories and songs. And it's something I remember going to when I was a kid at my local library.
Yeah.
And we do it every once in a while. It's a little throwback, and the kids always love it. So we're happy about doing that. It's a good wintertime cozy program too.
Definitely.
And then Saturday, February 23rd at 11 a.m., we have a special monthly program that we do called Sensory Storytime. And I just wanted to highlight that in case there are any families who hadn't heard of it before. It's a special story time that is built, Allison, actually, who was here, created it with the help of a music therapist to be very inclusive and welcoming. So anyone who had a child, for whatever reason, had trouble sitting through a traditional story time, this is a great program to try. Whether it's just because they're extremely shy or a little bit anxious in public settings, or they may have some sensory issues beyond the autism spectrum. Really, whatever reason, if traditional story times are not a good fit, this is a great story time to try. And it's welcoming for ages 0 all the way up to 10. The grown-ups stay for that, and the families who do come just love it. So we would love to have more people come and try that out.
That's great. And so do they sing songs and read books? And so like a traditional story time?
There are some traditional story times, but they have these special therapeutic supports. For example, telling the kids ahead of time exactly what they're going to be doing and what order they're going to be doing it in, so the kids know what to expect. They have a little more support around making transitions, which can be hard for some kids. And so those things make it easier for the kids to enjoy the story time, the regular components that are included.
That's great.
Yeah, they've done a great job with it.
Yeah, you guys are always coming up with wonderful programs in the Children's Room that are, as you say, all-inclusive and trying to reach all children wherever they may be, meet them where they are.
Yep, that's definitely our mission.
Excellent.
And I heard that Jen sent you with a lot of great info for teens this time around.
Our teen librarian, Jennifer Nash, is always coming up with fabulous programs for the teens. And so she gave me a list of a few things that were happening in the coming month. So every other month she has an anime night where
popular.
the kids get together, they watch anime, which are animated Japanese cartoons, and they enjoy Japanese snacks. So that's every other month. So it's going to be in February and April.
Perfect.
And then a special program that we're doing with Choate is called Coding with Girl Tech. And Girl Tech is a club at Choate. And this program is an opportunity for girls in grades 5 through 8 to work with the students from that club at Choate and work on different coding projects. So computer programming, basically.
Yep.
And so that's going to be once a month on Sundays in January, February, March, April.
Nice.
When the library has our expanded hours on Sundays during those months. Then there's an opportunity to learn to play Dungeons and Dragons, which is in the middle of the month with the Dungeon Masters, Zach and Jackie.
Fun.
That's going to be on February 12th. Then every month we have a program called Wallingford Reads YA, where we invite adults and teens to read a different young adult novel and then meet to discuss it. And in February, it's a special treat because the author of the book is going to be joining them for the discussion.
That's so exciting.
So that's
What's
great.
the book?
So it's How We Roll by Natasha Friend.
Oh my goodness, I
know that
love
book?
Natasha Friend.
Yeah.
Yes, I had read some of her other books, and Jen recommended How We Roll, so I read that recently. How exciting.
Well, so maybe you should read it and go to the
I
discussion.
might need to go to that. Yeah, that's great.
So, and, you know, also she has a bunch of craft programs. Every month there are different craft programs. So in February, there's they're working in the collaboratory on T-shirt screen printing.
Ooh, fun.
They're making multimedia dragons and pigs to celebrate the Chinese New Year, which, you know, it's the year of the pig this year. And, you know, just lots of fun stuff for the teens to do. So, you know, I hope if you have a teen in your life, you'll let them know about all the wonderful things happening at the Wallingford Public Library and tell them to ask for Jen Nash. She's our teen librarian. She's great.
She's great,
She
and
is.
she always does such a wide variety of things.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, again, trying
great.
to meet
Something
teens
for
with
everything.
different
Yeah.
interests and different abilities. So definitely,
That's great.
It's a great time. Then
you're
for
busy
the adults,
too,
I'm
obviously.
busy, yes, doing the adult programming. And we are doing our One Book, One Wallingford program again this year. And so the goal of that is to encourage everyone in the community to read this one particular book that we've chosen, and then we're going to get together to discuss different themes and to discuss the actual book itself. So I cannot tell you what the book is because
Yeah, it's a big secret as of right now.
It's a big secret.
Yeah.
We are not going to have our big reveal until February.
Okay.
So I can't tell you what it is now, but I can give you some clues.
Okay.
Okay. So clue number 1 is that the novel is based on a true story.
That's fun.
Okay.
That's great.
Clue number 2, an online streaming service is developing the book into a series.
Ooh, maybe Netflix is making it into a series.
Maybe.
Exciting.
I didn't say that.
Exciting.
Clue
okay.
number 3, the author is the co-owner of an independent bookstore. And I'm not telling you where the bookstore is located.
Okay. That
And
one is
clue
helpful.
number 4 is that the book was published in 2015, and it is the first book in a series.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to have to do some Googling when I get back. Yeah.
I don't know about that. So, if you come to the reveal, okay, or come to the library at any time, you can find out what book has been selected. You can borrow a copy of the book. You can buy a copy of the book. You can find out what related programs we're planning. Because like I said, we have about 5 programs planned around different themes and ideas in the book. And then we also have different book discussions that we're going to be holding, led by our Reader's Advisory librarian, Cindy Haken, both at the library and at the Senior Center. So,
Now, what's
yes.
the date of the big reveal?
The date of the big reveal is February 6th.
Okay.
So
We don't have to wait too long.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. And then the author is going to come to Wallingford on Wednesday, May 15th.
Okay, mark
at
your
Sheehan
calendars.
High School. Mark your calendar.
Great.
And the author will be there to talk about the book and also sell and sign books at the end of the talk.
Excellent. Oh, that's so
So,
exciting.
yeah, it is. You know, we did this last year, and it was really a great time. So we're hoping that it's going to be an annual event.
Absolutely. Yeah, sounds great.
And then the last thing I just want to mention is we have a new nonfiction book discussion. Something new. All of our other ones focus on novels. And this one we're calling Truth Be Told.
Oh, fun. Oh, I love that.
In February, we're going to be discussing Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. And also in March, we're going to be discussing Just Kids by Patti Smith.
Oh, that sounds great.
So the book group is moderated by a volunteer, actually, Parul Kapoor Hinson. She's a journalist and a literary critic. So we're so thrilled that she's
Great.
joined us and that she's going to be leading this discussion.
Yeah.
So I hope people will come.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. You know, as a lover of reading nonfiction, this is definitely, I think, an area where we needed to get into.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
a lot of people love to read nonfiction. I know I go back and forth, but some of my favorite books that I read in 2018 were nonfiction, and
Yeah.
I'm always looking for recommendations, so I'm going to take a look at those ones for sure.
Excellent. So, Sunnie, I have to ask you, so what did the librarian say when it was time to leave? Got a book.
But
See, she laughs at all my corny jokes. Sunnie, I thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And laughing at all of my corny jokes.
absolutely, my pleasure.
And telling us about all the wonderful things happening in the children's department at the Wallingford Public Library. And I thank you all for joining us. Please visit our website, wallingfordlibrary.org, or call 203-265-6754 for more information on any of the things we were talking about or any of the other wonderful things that we're doing at the Wallingford Public Library. And we hope you'll visit us there because our doors open to endless possibilities. Thanks for joining us.